like it's funny because I won't read people. I don't my offsprings what I have is like different than like a psychic or medium or what I'm doing. I prefer it because I don't want to study on anybody. Like, I'm leaving off on where the conversation should be. You know, if I want to know somebody, then I let them tell me. I don't go and do it myself sometimes. Like, I just know I have a feeling that that person, like karma will come up to you, karma will come, you know? You just know you just know like, oh, that person is going to do something to you. You just don't know what. But you can always flip it. Um like you have to be careful because you could use your own imagination because you know what their potential is because you always see the good so you know where they should be. And when they are not where they should be, you get a shock, like a bad energy, like you need to leave that person because they're not accepting their true self. So they're going to release that negative energy or that vibe. The energy is what you'll feel like like talkative, you have like they're not going to drain you out. They're going to leave you with good energy back where you're going to want more. And the vibe is like making you sick. Like you don't no 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 no. I'm going to walk away because you're thinking, your mind process is making those wavelengths like go like I'm getting an image of a dolphin like or what's that whale called? Oh, it's in, like I can use it, but it's in Dory. But anyways, beluga, kind of like that. So like, and then it's like using your third eye when that happens, because you go, why are they doing that? Like, and because your mind is so curious, you want to pursue more. And with Papa said, keep your enemies closer, and he got that from his family. So I use that in a way to see what's coming and feeling like I'll feel you coming before and I'll ask my family like or grandma will say come someone's coming for you, I'm sending someone right now. um like and you'll be like okay, you'll have like a bunch of weight off your shoulders because you'll be like okay, my grandma already told me, you know. But then when you don't get those, because it's not all the time, and when you don't get that, you're thrown off because you have to take care of yourself, like you have to find yourself. So it's like kind of like a test in a way of practicing, and is know that karma is always going to come around like a boomerang, like Australia. You know, look what happened to the indigenous people there. You know, the where are the tribes at? There is a lady, an elder, that was getting her story, her own family story, from like a scientist, uh, a what do you call them? A journalist, a researcher, you know, something that she should already know about. That's gonna. I'm looking at her and I'm like, that's me. Like, I have to now look to other people to hear about my tribe, to understand what they're telling me. Um, I've tried to learn the language, but there's so many dialects. Even our own tribe, from Kumeyaay has so many different dialects over the years. They don't. It's hard, but there's always that hauka. There's always that hauka, and that's and music and dance and that's something that stuck. Music stuck. And again, that's why they sent music to space, because they knew something. And with the government taking Tesla's ideas, they say they did the same thing to Da Vinci's ideas. They took them, they raided his stuff, they kept taking his stuff for wars, for inventions for war machines. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if Hitler had his hands on some of these things, you know? And because Hitler always comes up because he was, if this all comes down to art. Like, I have a love and hate for history like that. But again, we have to use our minds and understand the child in them. How was I able to understand what Hitler was doing if I didn't communicate with him the way that I did? You know, he's giving me feelings, and with Anne Frank, that was guiding me. She's the one that brought him up, not me. I didn't bring him up. She's the one that brought him up. Uh, when I was reading her book, and I would meditate, I would dream, I would think, how is that going to? Because Sitting Bull gave me an image, and with those dreams, my grandma told me to pay attention and to listen. It's like schooling all the time. It's childhood. I always wanted to know, why is it happening to me, Grandma? Why? You know, why can't you be here with me? Why can't I go with you? Just stay, just stay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it was 2012. It was very hard when she told me she's going to have to leave me for a little bit. I was crying my eyes out, you know, and I just felt them going to go because I had to learn, and I had to get rid of the mirrors. Oh, I had to get rid of the mirrors, and that was hard because that's what you have to do. You have to listen to your heart and your feelings to understand what's going to happen. And that's when my dad stepped in more. I have video of that too, with smoking like tobacco. Um, this is witchcraft. This is like a witch hunt, like Trump said. You know, um, he's gone too far, and no one needs a wall. The Great Wall of China is big enough for everybody. You know, let us all walk that, and our ancestors from the stars can see us from there. Right? Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's a good one. You know? Again, like, that's so neat, you know? Good thing for the Oculus, you know? I would that motion sickness I was using, like, I can, I start getting sick. Like, either way, our bodies are going to flip real fast, and we're going to understand way more once we get off this technology stuff. Everything's Bluetooth, everything should be wireless, you know. I love you, boys, and I'll see you in a bit, and maybe I can make more, break this down more on the vision and stuff. When I get communicating with someone, once I start getting comfortable and my wall comes down, my safety wall comes down, then I'm able to understand that person a little bit more, where I can go, oh, well, this is what happened when you're little, and this was there, and that was there, and that was there. I'm able to go into your brain a little bit more, because then I can relate. Like, you'll trigger me into relating on what's around you. I can, like, teleport my surroundings into your vision. I used to do that. When someone would tell me something, I would imagine myself in your shoe, around you. I can see you, and I'm telling you what's around me as I'm in there. I'm in a damage like process, so it's going to be hard for me to get back, because when it's like Peter Pan, it's like that movie Hook. Um, when you go back into an adult stage, you forget because you have so many things, so many worries. But then you go back into kid, you don't realize the adult stuff anymore. It's one or the other. And I'm trying to do both. My dad said I could do both, and I could do more. After this, I could do more. But will I want to when I reach the other side with our ancestors? Because he's saying that it's like neon lights and everything. The same thing that I'm trying to do here, it's going to be better the next. And that's where Hercules comes in. And I will get to finally meet Hercules and everybody else that I've been wanting to meet for a long and see for a long time. All right, boys, I love you, and I'm going to get going. See you in a bit.